Welcome to World in 2 Minutes. These are your headlines. Local media says the Israeli army has blockaded the city of Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Security forces have set up military checkpoints, and Palestinians who don't have Ramallah ID cards won't be allowed into the city. And people who live in the city won't be allowed out. 163 Palestinians and 25 Israelis have died in violence that began over tensions at Aqsa Mosque. The Afghan Deputy Interior Minister says a suicide bombing outside a police station in Kabul has killed at least 10 people. Another 20 have been wounded. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Bombings in Kabul have increased this year since efforts began to renew the peace process with the Taliban. The head of the UN Human Rights Commission says that any amnesty that people receive as part of ending the war in Syria shouldn't cover crimes against humanity. He said people are being starved in at least 15 besieged towns in Syria, which could be considered a war crime. Meanwhile, the High Negotiations Committee representing the Syrian opposition says it will meet the UN envoy Staffan de Mistura after he gave them a positive response. The HNC had earlier said it would leave the peace talks with the Assad regime if measures to end civilian suffering in Syria weren't put in place. Scientists in the UK will now be allowed to work on genetically modifying human embryos. The researchers will work on embryos within a week after they've been fertilised. They hope to learn more about what causes miscarriages. Some scientists estimate that more than half of pregnancies end in miscarriage. The researchers won't be allowed to implant the embryos. Last year, scientists in China used the process to correct a gene that causes a blood disorder. Thanks for watching TRTworld.com, Istanbul.